So Kev, after almost a month away without a game at home, it'll be quite nice, won't it, to be returning to back to action at Roots on Saturday, won't it?
Yeah, it will be. As you say, with the postponements and that, it's been a little while, but yeah, listen, I'm sure we'll have a big crowd in as well, and look forward to 3 o'clock on a Saturday, and hopefully a good atmosphere, and in what will be a tough game.
Yeah, looking back, it was of course a defeat last time out against Chesterfield, but I'm sure there was elements of the game that would have pleased you that you'd feel like you can take into this weekend against Gateshead.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, we spoke about going to Chesterfield and trying to go toe to toe with the best team in the league by a long way. Obviously, come out the wrong side of the result, but that's Chesterfield. They can do that to you, and with the quality of players they've got, and when you look back at the game and watch it back, and the stats that tell us we did come very close. Obviously the goals are different, but we had possession was the same. We've had more shots, we've had more crosses than them, so everything stacked in our favour. They were a bit more clinical than us, and that's why they are where they are in the league, and it's a marker of where we've got to get to. We know that.
You went with Marcus Dackers and Harry Cardwell up front, and that being the first time that they've played together. Do you feel like the more that they get used to each other, that's a partnership that will turn into goals?
Yeah, hopefully. We've got other forwards now with Henry Sandat, and Danny's obviously going to be in training now full time, so that helps. So it gives us options. But Cards, that's his first game back for 5 weeks, so it was important to get as many minutes into him as we could. Marcus has come back again, and I thought he'd done well, and has had some chances. And I think the more he plays, was that little bit of sharpness will come as well, and and he'll get better as well. So it's getting everyone up and firing, at the top end, and really up to speed of how we work.
Yeah, and you mentioned Danny that he come on for his debut along with Adam as well. They'll probably be pushing and vying for opportunities, and they'll be hoping to make an impression in front of the Roots Hall crowd if they get that opportunity as well.
Yeah, like everyone who gets selected to play will want to do well, and they're coming into a new club and a new environment, and different way of training if you want, the intensity we work at. So they takes a little bit of time, and obviously, with Danny's work, etc., we're gonna have to manage him and get him going as well. So yeah, listen, everyone who's come in, has fit into the squad really well, and I'm sure they'll play a part.
Last week, Cav Miley and Colin and Dee were the most recent to extend their deals and sign new contracts at the club. How proud and pleased are you in keeping those players along with others that have also signed new deals?
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's important we know where we're going in the next couple of years, and tying down the players that we want here and who've done ever so well for us. And I think for them to commit is brilliant. I think both from our point of view and from theirs. Sometimes a little bit uncertainty. Players need their comforts, and they need to know what they're doing every day, and they need structure. So pleased that they're settled. They've always said they love it here and that, and delighted they're done. Yeah,
and just on the game itself, coming up against said team who have done very well since they got promoted back into this division, and they certainly will be a good threat on Saturday.
Absolutely, yeah. They've lost their manager, they've lost some players, so it had a little bit of a transitional period. So credit to them that had a brilliant result last weekend, and they stick to their principles, and that can't be easy when you've had to change personnel and bring new bodies in and introduce people. So they're a top side and play brilliant football, and deserve to be up around it from where they were in the start of the season. As I say, it's been probably a little bit difficult, but once they settle in and Rob gets the players playing how he wants them to play, then I'm sure they'll kick back and kick on again, and I think that result were doing well from last weekend.
Cheers, thank you, Kev.
How did Harry Cardwell come through Saturday? Is all okay?
Yeah, good. He's obviously needed the minutes. He only had a week's full training going into that game off a 5-week period of being out, so going to be sore. But luckily we've had a 3-week this week, so getting through that and see where we are Saturday.
And of course now you do have those options like we've mentioned up front. Does that drive the competition for players? Is that just driving things a bit more?
It should do, yeah. I think with the amount of games we're going to have coming up, everyone's going to be needed, as I say, and it's important that everyone trains at the tempo they need to train at. That's first and foremost. Because when you come and get your chance, then you're going to have to impact the team. So yeah, no, listen, it's good to have them options, but not to come away from what we think we're good at, and you know what the principles of the team are, and you know hopefully everyone buys into that, and we can continue the trajectory we think we're on, and hopefully you know that can be positive.
And one of those longer term injuries in your attacking options is Callum Powell. How's he been getting on?
Yeah, good. He's been back in the building this week, and has got on the grass to do some running. So still a way to go, but it's pleasing to, especially to have him around the building, and you know he's such a bubbly character, and you can probably hear him before you see him. So delighted to have him back and around the place, because he adds a great deal to the building, and you know to see him on the grass, that gives him a boost as well and gets him closer.
Thank you.
Next transfer deadline day in the league. Have we had any offers for? I know you won't want any coming in, but has there been any interest or any movement in for any?
No, nothing in terms of going out, which we're pleased about, and I think it's testament to everyone in the building that you know people like being here. You know, I'm sure there would have been people looking at our players. It'd be mad not to, I think, but we're delighted that you know all here and present at the minute.
Yeah, and contract-wise, is there still talks going on with other members of the squad that are up soon?
Yeah, still trying to get one or two more done. As you say, it's been a lot, obviously, and you know hopefully we'll have news coming soon.
Excellent. Transfer-wise, I know we're getting great. But is there anything else that's close to being done? You're still looking?
Not at the minute. We'll always look. You know, I think when the EFL transfer window closes, I think a lot of the National League we become open because we're still active, and that changes a lot. I think. But as in terms of coming in, not right now. We'll always look, and if there is something to be done, I'm sure we'll look at it.